Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to tie this fly. Well, I'm just kidding, but if you would like me to tie this fly in one of my future videos, please let me know. Today I will tie something else, and that else is going to be a Caddis fly. I think it looks very buggy. And most importantly, I will try to show you a couple of techniques here. One of them is this underwing. That gives some kind of a taper to this fly, so the silhouette of this fly is a little bit more caddis-like. Then I will show you how I curve the hair all in the same direction, and of course there is a dubbing loop technique here involved, and that's all to it. So if you're into these techniques, let's get with tying. Number one, I will use the hook, and this is Tiemco 900 BL in size 14. There is some 110 denier magpie thread. It's tobacco color or something like that, I'm not sure, but it's quite nice and it matches materials that I'm going to use. I will use a bunch of possum hair with guard hairs this time, but I will use them in stages, you will see that. And finally I will use this elk hair, which has quite a bit of curve to it, and I will want all of those hairs to sweep into the same direction. So let's go. I'll just cover the body, well, the hook shank, with the thread all the way to the back. Now, invert the hook, because when you invert the hook, there is nothing to stab you, so it's easier to dub. Now, I'll deal with this bunch of hair in kind of stages, as I said. One of those stages being guard hairs that I need for the thorax, for legs. So I'll just pull out guard hairs. So as you can see, there is more than guard hairs here. So I'll go a little bit more into the tips and then pull the hair even more. And now I'm almost done with these hairs. Now I will return this piece of hair, bunch of hair, with the rest of it, like this. And this looks already good, but I will try to kind of make it wider a little bit more. So like so. Making it more kind of sparse and dispersed will help me later when I start making the dubbing loop. Now I can decide on the length right now, so more or less like this. And you need sharp scissors for this. Just cut it as so. Leave it aside. Now here you have two lengths of hair. Short one that I've removed the first, I will use it for dubbing, and medium one that I will use for the wing. Now I will, as I say, leave it aside and I will just use the short hair. Kind of manipulate it a little bit. You can add some flash if you wish. Now the trick to start dubbing is to take as little hair as you could, like so. Press it against the thread and a nice long roll it around the thread. Nice long roll allows it to go better around the thread and to engulf the thread completely. Now let's go on. I'm not bothering with making super tight dubbing noodle. You can, it's not necessary, but if you like more buggy, more that, I don't know, is the shaggy word proper for this instance, but let's say it is. Now when you make the dubbing noodle, just wrap the body. It's quite a straightforward fly. I'll go back a little bit because it's thin. It doesn't affect the silhouette of the body here. Just build up your body. Thinner noodle allows me to have more control over the whole process here. Now I can go back a little bit, make it thicker, and that's it. If you wish, you can always add a little bit of that life into your fly with those hairs, brushing out those hairs, and also those hairs as they are. If you apply some floatant here, they will, let's say, resist getting waterlogged for a longer time, and the hook bend will act as a keel. Now, I'll use this as a wing, this little bunch of hair here. I'll kind of hold the tips. If I have something shorter, I will just align the tips this time more. That's it. I got something extra short here. Again, I will align the tips. Just manipulate it a little bit until you're happy, and then remove the rest. As you can see, there is a taper to this. Now I want it to extend back, because all these hairs, when you apply floatant to them, they will hold air extremely good, and they will have this taper like a caddis-like wing. So apply it here, counterspin the bobbin holder, core the thread a little bit, one soft wrap, second soft wrap, and then pull up, pull up. That's it. That's all you need for this time. Let me see. Is it too long or not? No, I think it's great. Okay. Now, my next stage is to take some elk wing, elk here for the wing. And for this is already enough to support your fly. Now this is just giving a little bit of structure. Mixing CDC with elk is also good, for the same reason. Now let me take my brush out all those short hairs and under fur out of what I want to stack, because when you do that, it's much easier to stack. Now, because this is already pre-cut, I'll insert that one into the stacker and then just stack the hair. When you open this, you can see that it is stacked, it's aligned, but all those hairs are going in all directions. What I like to do, you can watch Wayne Allen's video in the library, in my library, Wayne Allen's library. That's the name of the playlist. He has his own technique where he rotates the hairs. I find it a little bit more easy to just press those hairs like this and manipulate them, and then just gently tap a couple of more times, and you can notice that the stacker is angled. And then just manipulate it a couple of more times. Oops, that didn't work so well this time. There is one that doesn't want to be aligned, so I'll just let it go. Anyway, it usually doesn't take so much time. This time, because the camera is here, it takes more time. I'm sure of that. That's some cosmic thing. As you can see, this is aligned nicely. Just go with your finger under and then grab them suddenly, so it means firmly, without hesitation, and just kind of decide on the length while maintaining the alignment of those hairs. Now, I don't want those hairs to go all the way to the end. I will leave it a little bit shorter, and then I'll just kind of stroke it back, and then Counterspin the bobbin holder. Now you can pre-cut those hairs and just cover those butts. There's also a video on that. Pull up, pull down. Another one, pull up to pull down, pull up to pull down, and pull up to pull down. Now I'll go through the hairs. And 1, 2, 3. These are locking wraps. As you can see, these are sweeping back nicely. I'll just cut this as close as I can. And you will see how I will deal with those. These are sides. Now I said I have those 3 wraps that are locking. And then I'll just go with a flat thread and cover those butt ends nicely. Now, create a dubbing loop. Okay, there is a little bump over here that I eliminated. That's important. Then just go back. Now this looks a little bit too much, but it's okay. As you can see, wing is mounted very nicely. It sweeps back, gives nice silhouette, nice slim as the caddises are, and now we will give those legs that will suggest life. For that, I have left a little bit more of this fur, and you don't really need much. You just need to kind of imagine how much fur you need to cover the thorax. So that's just a couple of reps. I'll slide it up, and you just need it to hold it around the thread. You don't need a tight noodle this time at all. You just need the thread to hold onto the noodle until you spin it. This is all leftover I have, more or less. Okay. I will attach dubbing twister. Good. And then I'll add hairs. Okay. You can notice that those hairs are extending, butt ends are extending a little bit. That's good, because when you spin it, and if you want to kind of fold it, it will be more firm. If you just grab it by the tips, it's easier to pull out. That's something I don't want. Now, spin everything nicely. Use the dubbing brush. That's it. Pull out fibers that you don't need, more or less. Keep the wing positioned as it is. Now I'll pull up, more or less, and then I'll proceed wrapping forward. Pull the hairs back, make a wrap. Pull the hairs back, make a wrap. Pull the hairs back and make a wrap, make a wrap, make a wrap. And I think I need to go a little bit more. Well, okay, that's good. Just want to go a little bit less overlapping here. Okay. Pull those hairs back. Okay, let's see what we got here. That's it. One, two, and then I'll just pull this back to lock it. 1, 2. I'll flatten the thread, make a whip finish, pull those hairs if there are any stray hairs, pull them, try to catch them with the knot. That's it. Tighten the knot nicely. Done. There's just one more thing left to do. Done. And that's final coming. What I like to do is I like to divide those bottom hairs to allow this fly to lay a little bit lower in the film. And as you can see, look at this silhouette. Let me show it to you like this. There is that taper, nice taper here. And then look at those legs. Translucent, but still enough to support, additionally support your fly. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new in this video. Keep safe and tight lines.